Hey, is it John or Jackie? Just waiting for, see if anybody else joins. Hey, Darla. Hey, guys. Darla, I'm actually on here because one of the things I did was I went to the Goodwill, found a couple items, and I figured I'd jump on and show you what I got and how much I think I would make off of it, list them for. So I figured I'd go live and do that. Hello, fella diggers. I also, I'll give you an update on the pallet. Matter of fact, let me go get the paper real quick. Real quick, as I'm waiting for people to join, the second pallet that I got, the second Amazon liquidation pallet that I got, box one I opened live, so you saw that. If you didn't see that, you can go check that video out. So I opened box one. Again, this is the second pallet that I opened up live, and the first box that I opened up when I did it live was the worst box out of the entire pallet. So this one ended up being the same thing. On that second pallet, just to recap, I paid a total of $255 on that second pallet. The second pallet, the first box was $585. That's what we estimated as the potential profit on that first box. The second box, actually, oh, awesome, Darla. The second box, this will be my 6th month or 7th month reselling on eBay. The second box, I ended up getting a potential resale value of $760. Now, which made that second box real interesting is when we started looking at the manifest, there were jackets that were listed as $20 on the manifest. But in reality, they weren't $20 jackets. They ended up being $200 jackets. So they were heated jackets. We ended up having like 3 of them or 4 of them. So the second box was really, really good. $760 potential profit. The third box was $673 in potential profit, which brought that pallet at resale value at $2,017. I'm sorry. It's not even the right pallet. Let's do that again. First box that I opened up on camera was at $480 for the second pallet. The second box was $840 on the second box, and then the third box was $790 on the third box potential profit, which brought the total potential profit to $2,110. So, and we started selling a bunch of stuff from the first pallet. I'm going to get everything listed from the first pallet first, and then I'll start throwing things up on that second pallet. I'm probably going to wait on the jackets. We had heated gloves, heated socks. There was a whole bunch of stuff that if we wait a few months, it's going to start getting cold. And then at that point, we'll make a little bit more money on those items. But today, I figured I'm going to share what I got at the at Goodwill, because it's really interesting on the stuff that you find and what we flip there. We started actually reselling from Goodwill items, not from liquidation pallets. We only started getting liquidation pallets recently, I want to say about 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago. That's when we started to invest in liquidation pallets. I will go to one of your videos and give you that information in one of your videos. Somebody's asking where do I get my pallets from? I'd rather not say, because the problem is now everybody who's getting a little extra money in checks but have lost their jobs have decided to do this as extra income to make ends meet. So the more that people talk about where they get them from, the prices of these pallets are going up. But you could do a search for liquidation pallets. Some of the major companies, they'll be right up on the front of this Google search. So don't be afraid to search. But John, Jackie, Darla, everybody else that's on here, I'll private message you that information so that you can go ahead and find it and start bidding. I can tell you that bidding on pallets, you'll see a bunch of stuff, because what they'll do is they'll show you like these pallets have 3 boxes, 4 boxes. They won't tell you how many total boxes, but you could see in the picture that they'll take a picture of everything looking down at a box and then show you what's in the box itself, or at least what's on the top layer of the box. And then you can get an idea how many boxes it is based off of how many pictures you see. That's not always the case, though. There's times where we thought we were getting 2 boxes, ended up getting 4 boxes and 3 boxes and so on. But you get an idea of what's in the boxes based off of the picture. But the manifest, there's manifest. Some liquidation companies don't give you a manifest. The one that I deal with gives you a manifest, and they will break down exactly every item that's in the box and the potential profit, or at least the resale value of the item. What I get Amazon liquidation. So everything that's in the box is I can easily look it up because they're Amazon items. So I can go to Amazon, see what the box retail for, and then I go from there. So I can tell you that my highest ticket items come from thrift stops, thrift stores like Goodwill, and any thrift store that you have locally. I know John and Jackie's in the UK. I'm not sure what kind of thrift shops are there, but some of our highest ticket items are from those type of shops. And some of the things that I'm going to show you here, I scored all in one day. Matter of fact, I just got these, I believe it was this weekend. It was it was the 5th. Yesterday. Wow. Can't even remember what day it is. So yesterday. So a lot of these things I picked up yesterday all of these things I'm going to show you, I picked up yesterday at the thrift store. I'm going to show you on camera, and then I'm going to switch over and show you what I would price it at. And then you can get an idea of the type of things that I look for. When I go to a thrift store, like let's just say I go to Goodwill. I mean, me, my son will go, my wife will go. But we will literally take out our phones and we will scan items while we're there so that we can see what we would actually flip them for. If there's enough profit margin in it, then we'll go ahead and buy it. But if there's not a lot of profit margin in it, then we'll skip it. But there's some items that you may not be able to find, and you have to trust your gut. There's times where it's packed and you're just grabbing things, and at that point you're trusting your gut. But these things here, I was lucky enough to scan and I was able to find out whether I was going to flip a profit or not. So let me show you the first thing. So the first thing that I picked up was this. Actually, 2 of them. You'll see here. Now, I didn't know what these were when I found them. So here you go. This is a flash fear. Okay. Probably see that there. So I got this one, and I got this one. One is black, one is white. Have you heard of the Goodwill bin store? Yeah, I tried the Goodwill bin store one time. I thought I was going to get jacked up going there, but it's very interesting. I don't know if I do it again, but it's nice to be able to look through all those bins. When we went, there wasn't much sitting there. It was a lot of nothing. So, and we almost just bought stuff just to buy stuff because we didn't want to waste the trip. But the bin store for us is a good whiles away. It's about a 25-minute drive, which isn't long. However, the other Goodwills and thrift stores, hey bro, thrift stores around us are like 10 minutes. 5 minutes, and then Salvation Army is 10 minutes up the street. So we have 4 or 5 thrift stores all locally. So rather than to deal with the bins, although we could do it again, It just wasn't, for us, it wasn't a pleasant experience. And I just realized that I have on my reading glasses and I can hardly see what anybody's typing. So anyway, so it was these two. These are called Flash Fears. They're apparently a game. We had no idea what they were, but if you can see by the price, we paid $2.99 for these items. And then I'm going to switch over to eBay, and I apologize if I'm holding them up long, but they there's a delay in the video. So I'm going to switch over to the okay, hopefully you could see the web page. So if you look, remember we have a black one and a white one. And if we look at sold comps or sold completed sold items, that's what we go off of. Because here's the problem: when you're searching items and you're in like thrift stores and you're trying to get a good deal, and then you scan the item, what the first thing that's going to come up is what people have things listed for. Not always a good idea to actually search by this, because people can put $100 up for these items, and of course you would never get $100. You have to actually look at what they're selling for. So in this scenario, we had a black one and a white one. So if I go to sold comps, what I'm going to find is only one, and only one sold for $16. Now I got it for $2.99, so 16 would actually be not a bad price to throw it up there and sell it for that. However, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I uncheck here, it's really based off of what's being sold right now. So I think I'm going to put the white one up for $25 and just undercut this person by a couple bucks, and then I'll put the black one up for $20. So that'll take the $6 and that'll flip it for $45. So $45 for the first item isn't a bad deal. Let me get back to the chat. Isn't a bad deal. So, we figured why not gamble on that one. So the second item that we found was this here. Now this is sealed in a box. This has never been opened. This is one of the items. We also paid $2.99 for this. It's air hogs, and we typically sell a lot of air hogs on our eBay store. So anything air hogs usually sells pretty quickly. Again, $2.99. When I search for this, I'm going to switch the camera back over. So bear with me here. When I search for this isn't a high ticket item. So this is air hogs. So if we look at sold comps, well, what are they selling for? They're selling for about $15. This one sold for $12, but they're selling for about $15, $17. I'm probably going to put this item up for $15. I'll probably do it at the lesser value. There's so many of them listed that if I got 15, I'd be happy with it. And because we promote all of our items, and we're actually, see how this one is top ranked? We're actually a power seller. We are also top ranked. So we could raise the price a little bit. Notice that this person put 17 because they're top ranked. All their listings typically go right to the top of the page. We are also top ranked, so we'll compete with him. So we could literally put this up for 16 and sell it faster than that guy for 17 or 16. But I think I'm just going to throw this up for $15, and we'll see what happens there. So that is the second item. Let me switch back to my camera. All right, and then let me go to here. Okay, so hopefully you could see me again. So the next item, this one was really interesting. This one actually, it's pretty heavy, so I got to be careful with it. This was sitting on the bookshelf. And try to open it up. Now, the thing is that this was actually labeled as $12.99, I think it was. Let me see if I can get it up there displayed. So it was labeled as $12.99. There you go. And if I open it, it's just kids' books. They're not in order, so I didn't put them in order yet. But if you look, it's the complete set. So then when the person rung us up, and we noticed it when we got back, or I would have corrected them because it is Goodwill, but they rung it up as $2.99. They didn't ring it up as $12.99. So we didn't know that. So we actually paid $2.99 for this book set. I don't know what made me pick it up. I didn't look at sold comps when I grabbed it, but I knew anything children's books, hardback, would probably sell. So here, let me switch over to the browser, and then I'll show you what the sold comps are on. But I was pretty surprised on what I can get for these. So let's go back here, switch back over. So if we look at those, here we go, World of Peter Rabbit. So these are sold comps right here. I'm on sold comps. And now I don't list anything for auction. I stopped doing auctions. Auctions are a pain in the butt. Anytime I'm doing an auction, let me turn that volume down a little bit. Anytime I'm doing an auction, you have to wait. If the person wins the auction, they have to you have to wait to get paid. If I do it as a buy it now, then all the people that buy the items, they have to pay me right away. So you're going to see here that one book out of that series, I think that's one of those books, was $4.99, but this is an auction. It was one bid, $29.99, $28. And then if you look, here's a little bit of the set. As we go down here, this was a pre-owned copy, which is what I have, $89.95. And then as we go scroll through, this one here, this one's missing, I think, the other side, $40. And then if we look here, this is another auction, $44. Here's close, but it's not it's not what I have, $70. But you could see here, here's another one, $99, and so on. Here's one for $44. So, you know, they're not bad. I think what I'm going to do, here's the same exact one that I got, $64.99. Now remember, these are sold $99. I'm torn on what I'm going to put these up for. I think I may end up putting these up for $50, but you know, I mean, I could go as high as $70, $75. So that one I'm a little bit torn on, but that was a nice flip. So again, $2.99. So then my son was walking around and he happened to see this Duncan Yo-Yo, and he was like, "Dad, am I stupid, or do I think that Duncan Yo-Yo is, that Bumblebee Yo-Yo is worth something?" So I'm like, all right, well, let's grab it. So again, $2.99, and I'm thinking, wait, this is $2.99? Oh, I'm sorry, this was $1.99. So this was $1.99. Bumblebee, Duncan Yo-Yo. So we looked this one at while we were standing there, and of course, as soon as we saw it and we looked it up, let me switch over again. As soon as we looked up the price, we were like, okay, well, that's a winner. That's going in the cart. Let me switch over. So here is I think it's the Duncan Yo-Yo. Yeah. So these are sold comps again. This one had theirs up for $55.99, $35. You're seeing this striked out because they took a best offer. So more than likely they took an offer of like $30. What you have to do when you're listing something like this is you have to see what the competition is doing. So we have to base it off of what is up there right now. Now this is where it benefits us, because even though this has been sold for $35 or less than $35, they were probably competing with themselves. This one sold for $55, but if we look here, the only other two that are up there right now is $50 and $80 or $81. Because I'm a top-rated seller, I could probably do in between this price, because my listing will go a little bit higher than this person. So I could probably do $50 on that yo-yo and probably sell it before this person here. I probably could do 60, 70. I think I'm going to list that yo-yo up for $50 and see what happens. But it looks like that, if anything, I should be able to get 30, 35 for it. But based off of what's up there right now, I'm probably looking at closer to the $50 mark. So that was a pretty good score. This next item, which is really, really weird, because I didn't know, at first, why would somebody even drop an item off like this? And I take that back. I know why they dropped it off, because they didn't know what they had. But this next item here, I'm going to have to get up for this one because this is a larger item. But I'm going to have to explain what happened. This is what we saw on the shelves when we got there. And I'll tell you what was weird about this item as soon as I'm done showing it. All right, so let me flip this down just a little bit. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, so it makes it easier. So, here you go. And then, let me tell you what happened here. All right, so here's a couple things that you should look out for when you're in Goodwill. So you're going to find a lot of VCRs. You're going to find a lot of DVD players there, and you got to pick and choose which one you're going to get, because not a lot are worth a lot of money. DVD players, you're probably going to pay more in shipping the item to the person than you would the item itself. Now, if you can find a DVD VCR combo that actually records on the DVD, then that's probably a winner. You want to probably pick that up. Some of those will go for $80, right away. $60, $80, you'll clear that right away. What made this interesting is when I bought this, I'll use this one as an example here. When I bought this item, this was, let me put it like this. I'm gonna end up. So this box that was sitting on top and the remote was taped to the box of the DVD player. So when I grabbed it, I didn't look at the DVD player. What I looked at was this box that was on top of it, and it was taped to the DVD player. So I grabbed the DVD player, not for the DVD player, but for the box that was on top. And then when I picked it up, I realized that I wasn't looking at a large DVD player. I was looking at two of the same DVD players. So that's what I saw. So I threw both of them in my cart. And then I looked this up, this right here. Now, in reality, I didn't pay anything for this because I'm thinking that they assumed that it was a part of the DVD player. Miss the old days of seeing you guys things. So I didn't think much of the DVD player. So I grabbed this. All right, I'm going to show you the sold comps on this. I'm sorry, I'm covering a name. So this is a Tascam guitar amplifier type thing. And I'll show you the back. And it's in really beautiful condition. Okay, so I'm going to show you the sold comps on this. So this one threw us off a little bit. Let me go back and switch it over. All right, so here it is right here, and I'm on sold comps. And as you can see now, remember this was taped to the DVD player. Here's an auction that went up for $45. This is another auction where they put it up and it went for $15. But here we go. So this was pre-owned, which is what I would label mine. This sold for $81, almost $82. Another one pre-owned, but this was an auction, $47. Another auction, $35. But again, I don't do auctions. Here's one that sold for $55. Buy it now. And then another auction. So it looks like that for this amp, it looks like that it will sell anywhere from $55 to $81.98. So what I'll do is I'll put this up someplace in the middle. So I'll throw this up for like $70, and I'm sure I'll get $70 on this item. Now remember, I only spent total at Goodwill. I spent $42.33 is what my total came, because I was in a state, Delaware doesn't have taxes. We don't pay taxes, but I was in a state that actually charges taxes. So this was a pretty good flip. But then it left us with the DVD player. And it was time to look at the DVD player. I think I just got something delivered from Amazon. So let me show you the DVD again, because this one threw us off a little bit. Because this wasn't a DVD player. It's actually DVD recorder. If you look, it's a DVD recorder. And the problem is that they're in pretty good. I mean, if you look at them, they're in pretty good condition. They have to be wiped down, but they're in pretty good condition. I don't know the age of the DVD recorder, but HDMI, Dolby or something like that. But one of the things that I picked up on is that the remote is still manufacturally sealed. It's still sealed by the manufacturer, which threw me off. So let me show you the sold comps on the DVD player. All right, go into the DVD player, and here are, the DVD recorder. Here are the sold comps on this. This one with the remote, pre-owned, $150. Here's the same one with the remote, $128. With the remote, $145. The remote pre-owned goes for $50. That one's new. So this one's $107, but again, this was an auction. $99, but it looked like mine was in good shape. Here's one with the remote and some cables, $139. Here's some remote, cables, and tapes or DVDs, which is not a bad idea. I have a whole thing of DVD-Rs. So it looks like that with a remote, which I do have, I may be able to get approximately $140, $150 for the. And then remember, all my customers pay for shipping. So I don't pay for shipping, they pay for shipping. So I should be able to get approximately $140, maybe even a little higher, for the one without the remote. And then if I scroll down, here's one with no remote for about $130. So I'm probably going to ask, without the remote, I'm probably going to ask for around $110. Now what I'll do is I'll bundle in some HDMI cables and some DVD-Rs so that they can actually test it, and we'll test it before we send it out. So it looks like that for the one without the remote, I should be able to get about $110 for it, and then the one with the remote, I should be able to get about $140 for it. So I figured I'd come on and share. I don't know what that comes out to. It looks like it powers a mic. Oh, it may be a blogging unit. You know what's funny? You guys are talking about this Tascam. My son was turned around and actually said, because he games and he blogs and everything, and he actually said that this one is better than the one that he's using currently. So we were debating on whether we should just give it to him, but he's curious to see how much he can get it for. So he's anxious to put it up there. So it looks like that for around $42, a little more than $42.33. It looks like that we're going to be able. Let me grab a calculator here. All right. So potential, we have 110 plus 140 plus the 70 for that amplifier, plus $50 for the yo-yo, which is unbelievable. And I never would have thought that. I'm going to say $20 for the air hog. We're going to say $20 for this whatever that flash game is. So we're going to say 20, and then that's for the white one or the black one, and then the white one was 25. And then we're looking at, for the books, around $50. So all in all, it looks like that if we sold all that we're looking at about $485, which is over 10 times what I paid. So hopefully I'll be able to take the $40, the $42, and turn it into $480. And these DVD recorders sell very, very fast. Like if I'm looking at when these sold, a ton of them sold this week, like yesterday. A ton of them sold yesterday. So the DVD recorders are not going to stick around long. Even if I sat on a yo-yo for a month, that was $1.99. So that's an easy, I think what I said, $50. So that I'll let it sit there for $48. But I tend to price things to move quickly. So I'm hoping that that'll be a quick score. Now, the nice thing about going to Goodwill is if you're ever thinking about flipping products and, and reselling, it's easy to take $10 and then turn it into $30 or $50 or whatever it is, and then take the profit and just roll it back in again. So this $40 that I spent, if I make the 480, whatever it is, if I go ahead and make that, then that actually goes into 2 more pallets. So we will take the items that we sell from Goodwill or we get from Goodwill, we'll take that profit, we'll flip it into some Amazon liquidation pallets, and then that turns a $400 flip into potentially $2,000 to $4,000, and then that just keeps buffering. So we just keep that rolling and rolling and rolling, but we'll take Goodwill flips, turn it into pallet flips, and keep going that way. So if you're interested in all the other items that came out of the 2 pallets that I opened up this week or the last week, I can go in, I'll maybe do a recap of those 2 pallets. And then what I think I was doing, I thought maybe what I can do is I can do a video on some of the best things that I've found at thrift stores and how much I've sold it for, or the potential profit of how much I could sell it for. So that I think would be an exciting video also. So that's my trip at the thrift store. Hopefully you can see that there's potential profit if it's something that you're thinking about doing. And then if I get a chance, I'll jump on and then I'll do some update videos. And, every time I go to the thrift store, when I bring it back, I'll do a haul video if that's of interest to anybody. And then also, no, that was it. I think that's all I'm going to cover. I don't think I'm going to line myself up for too much. So I got to ship out my items that sold today. And, that's another video that can happen. How I ship, what printer I use, how I go about weighing things, to how I get the post office stuff ready to go, all that good stuff. That could be another video if you guys want it. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope everybody found this interesting, or maybe not, but hopefully it helps somebody. And I appreciate, hey, Darla, let me know if you ever have any questions. John, Jackie, appreciate yous. If you, I'll jump into one of your videos and I'll throw you the link to the liquidation sites for that. All right. Until the next time, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.